beautiful and simple little Greek meatball recipe for you. Gonna knock your socks off, and it's very easy to make, but it's got a twist. Number one, it's baked instead of fried, a little a little healthier option. And number two, it's gonna be stuffed with a nice little chunk of feta cheese in there. Absolutely fantastic. Everybody and their mother's got like a meatball recipe. Well, here's another one, a little bit of a surprise inside this. So, first things first, I'm gonna preheat my oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit or about 200 degrees Celsius. So, here's the thing. This is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna use my mini-me food processor, and what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use one onion that I'm just gonna kind of quarter up very easily, and just kind of throw it in there, nice and easy. I'm gonna use one clove of garlic. You don't need much for this at all. I'm gonna take a little bit of dill and throw it in there as well. I like the flavor of dill, it goes really well. A little bit of parsley, and you can use the stalks as well, not a big deal. They have plenty of flavor in them, and you know what? It's still gonna give you that background buzz. And I don't care what anybody says, there is no Greek meatball on the planet that is complete without, at the very least, a little bit of mint. And mint is the quintessential ingredient in Greek cooking, whether it be in sauces, on meats like meatballs. Forget about it. You cannot call a meatball a Greek meatball unless it's got mint in it, period, no matter what. So, I'm gonna put a little bit of mint in there, just like that. Salt. I'm not putting any salt. It's a prop. Why? I'm gonna have a chunk of cheese in there, feta, and feta is already salty and briny enough. We don't need it. So I am gonna do though, like some pepper. Love fresh cracked black pepper. And I'm gonna lube it up with a little bit of my Greek extra virgin olive oil. Just enough to kind of get everything kind of moving and motivating. Just gonna put that in there. And just let that go. It's gonna take maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds. Now, I got my ground beef here again. Just gonna yank this out and just throw it in there. And I'm just gonna use the back of my knife. It's not really sharp, but it makes a great scraper. And just put all of this goodness in there. Perfect, nothing to this. I'm also gonna add one egg, and that'll be our binder for this. And here's the thing, gloves are for prostate exams. They are not for cooking. I like to go in with my hands just like this and give this a nice mix up. And this is all you're gonna really need. And you don't wanna overwork this either, right? You don't want, oh, there goes our oven. It's ready to go. And that's perfect, just like that. All right, so the next part of this is actually forming our balls. Now, for this, I'm also gonna be using a parchment lined baking sheet where I can just kind of use it to rest them and to bake them. I'm using a little ice cream scoop, and I find this really convenient. What am I doing? I threw some water on this thing, and I'm just gonna take these and just drop them down into portion sizes that I want. The purpose of this is to get your meatballs approximately the same size. Nothing worse than having like bigger ones, smaller ones, and the next thing you know, they don't cook evenly. Not a very good thing. All right, so I've got a dozen meatballs ready to go. I've more or less portioned them. The next part of this is the actual feta inside. Now, for this, I'm gonna take the feta and I'm going to cut it approximately into 1 centimeter cubes, or about ½ an inch. And what you're gonna do is just cut them into cubes. Don't make them too big because you want them to be able to A, fit in the damn meatball, and B, melt as the meatball cooks. So just do this like that. I'm gonna take my meatball, I'm gonna roll it just like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flatten it out. And you see where I'm going with this now? So I'm going to flatten it. I'm going to take a little feta cube. I'm going to put it in there, and I'm just going to close this up, just like that. So you're going to have a nice little surprise when this is all said and done. That's all there is. I'll show you one more, and then I'll get busy making these. So again, roll these into little balls. I've added the olive oil into the herb mixture, so that will help out in terms of lubrication. So spread it out. Little feta goes in there, just like that, and just seal it up, baby. That's all there is to it. If I can do this, you can do this too. All right, and this pretty much wraps up our last meatball, just like that. Nothing to this. This is very, very easy. This is the most labor intensive that this recipe is. Nothing complicated at all. Perfect. There, just like that. And I've got my meatballs ready to be fired. I'm gonna put these in my 400-degree oven for about 25 to 35 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on your oven. Just check them to the doneness you want. Just make sure you don't overdo them because they're gonna be like hard as a rock on the outside. Right out of the oven, baby. Now these are like still screaming hot. Took about less than 30 minutes, a little over, between 25 and 30 minutes in my oven. So that's the general rule of thumb for you as well in terms of a guideline. My house in here smells like my relative's house in Greece when they make Keftedes or meatballs. And it is absolutely heavenly. And you're gonna save on like air freshener because these smell way better than like stale house, believe me. I just wanted to show you one here. Just open it up and just let that ooey gooey goodness just ooze out. These are like really, oh yeah, look at that. The feta has completely melted in there. You're getting the waft of the onion, the garlic, the herbs, the feta. It is just crazy, absolutely crazy. Look at this, just so good. Let me put this behind my ears, like so good. Bring it. I can't tell you how good that is. We've taken the simple and humble meatball and elevated it to a whole different level. With what? A little chunk of feta in it. That's it. The fresh herbs, you can use dry herbs, totally fine. Healthy. We didn't fry it. We baked it off. And absolutely a hit. You can serve these on toothpicks as appetizers. You can serve these with a side salad. You can serve these any way you like. In fact, I would bring a little bowl and put it on my nightstand. That's how good these are. So my friends, that's it for this recipe and episode on my Greek-style stuffed meatballs with feta. Try it. It's really not that complicated. It only looks like it is. Like when your friends see this, they're going to be like, holy crap, how did you make that? And you and I know it's not that complicated. So I thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button and subscribe. And check me out online as well at kensgreektable.com for all recipes like these and many more. And until next time, take care, be kind to each other, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.